So, according to Total Pro Sports, Shannon Sharpe is leaving Undisputed. Skip and Shannon, the Undisputed show as we know it, might just be coming to an end.
What you do every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No,
Skip, I did what I
never
did.
said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Skip, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got
so
3
what?
Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
Better.
Skip, what is that?
This is the beginning of the end. This for me was the beginning of the end, because every other fight that they had before, they were kind of able to smile through it. This one, you could tell it cut him a little deeper, right? Because maybe back in 2018, we were still getting to know each other. The show is still, budding. We're in the studio. We've been together for what? 10 years now? Like 7 years we've been on the show? And you still have the unmitigated gall, the audacity to try to use that against me, to try to say, oh, I'm jealous because I'm not playing and he is, right? Like, for Skip to do that, Skip knows what he's doing, and he's doing it on purpose. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ty here. Welcome to another episode of Contentious Conversations. And today I'm bringing you some actually very sad news for me, because this is a show that I have loved and enjoyed for a very long time. But Skip and Shannon, the Undisputed show as we know it, might just be coming to an end. Let's check out this article. So, according to Total Pro Sports, Shannon Sharpe is leaving Undisputed. Breaking news right now. Breaking news. This just landed like an hour ago. So, Los Angeles, California. This is Shannon right here. If you guys don't know who Shannon Sharpe is, let me increase this so you guys can get a better view of this bad boy. So Shannon Sharpe is reportedly set to leave Undisputed at the end of the current NBA season. Ryan Gillespie of the New York Post is reporting that the former NFL star has reached a buyout agreement with Fox that will see him leave both the show and the network, with the Club Shay Shay podcast also going off the network. Wow. Shannon was brought on to sit opposite Skip Bayless and cover the biggest sports stories debate style after the latter left ESPN for FS1. But he's now set to leave the morning show for reasons unknown at this point. Come on. This is what I call a cap. This is cap. Let's call this cap. Alright? His cap right here. Because we all know why Shannon is leaving the show. I am going to show you the reasons Shannon Sharpe is leaving the show. All right? It starts with just a pattern of disrespect that Shannon has been feeling from Skip Bayless. This first clip that I'm going to show you is from 2018. Let's check it out.
See, me, I don't care. You know why? Because I sit at the desk across from this man every day and we debate topics. I'm never going in the field to interview anybody. See, those guys have to be very careful because if you critique the all-time greats too harshly, they won't do an interview with you. They won't sit down with you. I don't give a damn if they talk to Shannon Sharpe.
Nor do I.
But see, Skip Bayless, what he tries to do is he tried to flip it and said, you're jealous. Charles Woodson has a Heisman Trophy. Charles Woodson is a Defensive Player of the Year. Charles Woodson has the Super Bowl ring.
What happened to Charles Woodson when he played against Tom Brady in a playoff game at Foxborough? The bridge got burned. The ties got cut because he got tuck ruled. And he was the one who caused the fumble. So he still hasn't forgiven Tom Brady for getting away with that.
Tom didn't pick up the flag.
That's what it was.
Tom didn't pick up the flag.
That's why he's...
No, he's not. Skip, you got to stop.
It's okay to be a little resentful.
You know what
It's
Jenny,
okay.
Jenny, this is what I've learned, and I wrote this down. We really listen to what we want to hear. If you notice, when you want to find information, where can I go to get the information that I want to hear? Shannon Sharpe gonna give it to you filtered, uncut. Skip Bayless, that way.
Are you saying...
Hey, okay. So... this one got a little lighthearted. It's a little lighthearted, but you can see the start of the tiff, right? Skip Bayless, anytime he tries to defend Tom Brady, which is Skip Bayless's guy, he gets extremely like butthurt about it. He gets extremely argumentative, standoffish, and then he starts going to personal attacks, right? Like, you're jealous of Tom Brady. Why would I be jealous? I'm a Super Bowl champion myself. 3-time Super Bowl champion myself. So why would I be jealous, right? Like, I started off as a 7th round, like as a 7th round pick. Why would I be jealous of Tom Brady? So like, it's little jabs like that. And I always say, the things that you're saying, like the things that Skip says, you can't take those things back, especially because you're on national television. You're on national television, essentially dressing down your co-host. You're dressing him. You're saying you are not good enough. You can't talk about Tom Brady because you're not as good as Tom Brady. Do you understand the height of the lunacy of that coming from somebody who didn't even play? Right? Like, I'm never one of those like you didn't play, you can't talk, but like the juxtaposition of who is saying the words is not lost. The irony is clearly not lost on me. So let's continue and see where these guys get to with this.
Mine's filtered?
Yeah, you filtered.
I'm filtered?
You gave Dak Prescott.
Right, do you think I care what anybody says?
Yes,
do you think I want to interview anybody?
Yeah,
no, I don't interview anybody.
Neither of you guys don't.
Zero.
You interviewed.
Zero.
Hold on, time out. You didn't interview Tim Tebow?
Yeah, once.
Oh, whoa, time out.
And he requested that I interview him.
Hey, now why would he do that? Why would he? That's not what Skip Bayless does. Why would he request Skip Bayless and not something? Hey, come on, Skip.
Hold on.
Time out, Jenny.
Do you think I cared whether I interviewed him?
I want you to say again, because I was talking and they didn't hear you. Why did he request Skip? He was what?
Because he was comfortable with it.
Oh, they ain't gonna get comfortable.
That's a good sign.
I was the only one who supported him as he made everybody else.
Hey, the thing is, now see, look. When Skip Bayless gets mad, that's his thing. He tries to rile it up and wait, let me get my point across. He starts getting loud, bruh. He's about to make a point that's not gonna make any sense. That's not gonna really move the conversation. He's just gonna try to filibuster. It's not gonna work. Let's hear it out.
Was the only one who supported him when nobody else did, and everybody else.
Okay, so yeah, you're the only one who supported Tim Tebow. A bust, right? Like, you were the only one who supported him. For what reason? Because he got you more favorable coverage with Tim Tebow, buddy. That's what Shannon Sharpe is trying to say. And you get so butthurt about it, you can't handle it.
Looked foolish, including Shannon Sharpe. Am I right? Am I right?
But my job, I'm not here to support anybody. I'm here to give you the facts. Uncut and truth.
Yeah, I resent that. I resent that.
Of course you resent that.
I resent that notion. Do you think I'm trying to play to people like I'm trying to cover? Wait. Have I ever talked to Tom Brady once in my life? I don't know.
See, look. See, that's when Skip Bayless starts to get all look at his eyes. He getting angry. He finna try to. I'm the journalist. I'm the accredited journalist. He's gonna try to do some of that nonsense. It's not gonna work, bro. You look stupid.
No, I resent that. I do. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Shannon knows he won, so he's laughing. The show is hard to do without an edge, right? Like there has to be a level of edge for the show to really pop off, because what really does sell it is that underlying there is this like, okay, he's a journalist in the field. He's like a field dork. And he's battling this big jock. So like there's always those juxtaposition. Let's not talk about the racial component, which is a part of it, but like they're the big black guy and the small white. Like that's such a like easy one, but like you can tell all the components. And what makes this show really good is that all of those underlying things, they meet in the middle, they battle it out, right? But what happens a lot of the times with Skip Bayless is when he feels like he's been wronged or like somebody got the better of him, he goes super personal. He goes DJ Envy with it, right? He goes super personal and tries to dig at you personally and stuff. And it's something that Shannon had noticed for a while, but he kind of swallowed, right? He kind of was like, all right, paycheck good, money good. Now, I think his peace of mind, him chilling at home, he probably got grandkids. That's way more important than dealing with this venomous bag of nonsense every goddamn day. So.
Like that.
Skip, don't
you crossed the line.
Skip,
I'm sorry.
Skip.
I don't talk to anybody. I have never spoken one word to Tom Brady. Never tried to call him. Never asked to interview him.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Time.
Hold
have
on.
I ever talked to Dak Prescott except on this show when he came on the show? No. Sorry.
Hold on, time out.
No, you can't get away with that. Sorry.
Hold on, time out. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute.
No.
Hold on.
I'm not going to hold it.
You're going to sit here and tell me I'm a hater. I'm jealous of Tom Brady.
Yeah, I
and
think
because
you
you comfortable with Tim Tebow, I don't care.
What are you talking
don't care.
about? Have I ever talked to Tim Tebow since I interviewed him?
You gonna sit here and question a Hall of Famer with 3 Super Bowls and talk about I'm jealous of Tom Brady?
Yes, because you have to stop at 35.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a whole different world.
And just because you Tim Tebow comfortable and you love Tim Tebow and Tom Brady, so I don't care if you resent it.
I like them as players, but I don't like them off the field.
Resent it.
We're gonna leave it.
So as you guys can see, the relationship already began right there. And this is back in 2018, right? This is back in 2018, right? Not to talk about even the situation that he had with Jenny when Jenny was talking about Mike McCarthy. They had a story about Mike McCarthy and they kind of had a tiff. So like there's this, you can tell that there's this thing where Skip kind of rubs people the wrong way. Skip is Shannon's like the friendly uncle, and and a lot of the time Skip plays the heel, right? He's the bad guy. He's the villain in the story a lot of the time, right? He's the one who has to be tough on LeBron, and be tough on this guy and that guy, and he really has kind of taken on that role and become that role. But yeah, it's interesting that when Jenny left, before she left, this was one of like the arguments that she had with him.
His motivational speech was the most inspiring, but criticizing his appearance, I don't know if I think that is a fair shot for Mike McCarthy.
So Skip said, because of the way he's kind of fat. So he kind of lumbers across the field and stuff, and he doesn't look like a very imposing man or like somebody you would want to follow. Like that was what Skip Bayless was implying, and she was just kind of checking him like, yo, what does his appearance have to do with his ability to coach? Like it has nothing. So, let's continue and see how this kind of escalates.
I'll leave it at that. Christopher Sard.
Thanks, Jenny. I appreciate that.
I don't think it is a fair shot.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's a fair shot.
Is
either.
everyone
That's
who's a good coach as fit as you, Skip? I don't think that's a fair shot whatsoever.
I wouldn't want. I said it was a personal preference, and I wouldn't want him to be my head coach.
That have not had the perfect ideal physique, including my college coach. So I don't think that's a fair shot.
Okay.
And I'm allowed to have an opinion, Skip. I am allowed to say whatever I want to say on this show, as you do too.
Guys. We're team.
We'll join.
See, look. Shannon trying to be Uncle Shay, trying to bring, we're a team, guys. We're not, See, the thing is, Skip likes to be the sassy, like the unquestioned, but what happens is you realize that I don't think he's very well liked by some of his coworkers. I know his wife probably loves him, his family probably loves him, and I guarantee there's probably people who love Skip Bayless as a person. But what I've known from his professional relationships is they tend to run their course generally quickly, and usually because of a personality thing. It's never like, oh, it flopped. Sometimes, like this show, Undisputed, is probably one of the best rated shows on Fox. Like I would be surprised if I looked up the ratings. I'm pretty sure it's one of the best rated shows on Fox. But because of Skip's, I hate to use this word, toxicity, right? Like because of the way he treats Shannon Sharpe, because of the way he treats the host, the hostess, the way he treats people, the way he talks to players, talks about players, right? He picks the guys he likes, he picks the guys he doesn't like, right? People see that as super shady, super messed up, and that you'll give a pass to the guys that you like. And then if it's guys that you don't like, you're going to find anything under the sun to find a fault, no matter what they do. They can do good, right? But you'll try to find a fault no matter what they do, right? That's how Skip Bayless is kind of viewed in the social, in the media space, right? He's that, that negative Nancy to the guys he doesn't like. So.
Join us and you react to Westbrook's comment, and maybe I have more to say next.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man, she was definitely perturbed by that. So that was another one for just to show that little tiff that they had, and then this is probably the biggest one that they've had, which is it's the one where they are arguing about Tom Brady again. So it's a Tom Brady conversation, and let me find it. The Tom Brady conversation. There's one that happens after this, but this is the bigger one of those fights. So let's check this one out.
Still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
Yeah, that's what you
That's
do.
the point.
So it's the same argument that Skip is making, that he was making in that first clip, which is, oh, you're jealous of Tom Brady because he's still playing at an elite level while you're getting to sit across here for me talking football instead of playing football. And that is the height of disrespect to somebody who is a 3-time Super Bowl champion. And Shannon Sharpe is rightfully going to be livid. Absolutely livid.
What you do every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No,
Skip, I did what I
never
did.
said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Skip, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
Better.
Skip, what did I got?
You see that? See, that's what I'm talking about right there, right? When he struck a nerve and he almost made Shannon Sharpe lose it. Shannon Sharpe is pretty animated right now. If you look at him, his arms, look, he's imitating him, but Shannon is actually livid right now, right? To the point where he's about to go ad hominem and kind of go low with his attack, but he stops himself. Let me rewind that for you, because when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh man, he was about to like go super low on Skip, but he pulled himself back. And that's a skill that in the heat of argument to be like, all right, you know what? I know he's going there, but for me to not go there, masterful move by Shannon Sharpe, because he could have gone grimy. He could have gone grimy on Skip Bayless. Let's listen to it again.
Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
I'm better than you.
What I got to see what you do?
See, look. He was like, I'm better than you. He pulled it back. Because he knew once he let it go all the way, that's another one you can't take that back. So he was about to go, because he could really go, bro, I'm better than you. You didn't even make it past high school basketball. You averaged a single for an entire career in high school and middle school. Like, what are you doing? You have the muscle tone of a linguine. Like, Shannon Sharpe could really go in on Skip, but he doesn't. He takes the high road. He does the mature thing and argues with his ass some more.
You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal...
Put your glasses back on.
Can I finish? You're willing to take a personal shot at me to say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you...
The answer that you're looking for, my friend Shannon Sharpe, is yes. Skip Bayless to defend Tom Brady will throw you so far under the bus, he might win a stuffed prize. He will throw you so hard under that bus, he gonna win a giant stuffed prize for it. Are you kidding me? The thing is, the problem is that you're surprised by this. He's shown you, not only has he shown you, he's literally had this exact same conversation, this exact same argument with you. So for you to be surprised right now, right, is a little like, come on, bro. Like, this is something he does. Like, this is his thing. And for you to have forgotten that, just a couple months ago or a couple years ago, he literally used the same, you're jealous of Tom Brady thing to try to get at me, like a dig at me, right? Like, that's something you should know, Shannon Sharpe. And it sucks that he's trying to do it again, but let's keep it moving. Let's see how this goes. This is the beginning of the end. This for me was the beginning of the end, because every other fight that they had before, they were kind of able to smile through it. This one, you could tell it cut him a little deeper, right? Because maybe back in 2018, we were still getting to know each other. The show is still, budding. We're in the studio. We've been together for what? 10 years now? Like 7 years we've been on the show. And you still have the unmitigated gall, the audacity to try to use that against me. To try to say, oh, I'm jealous because I'm not playing and he is, right? Like, for Skip to do that, Skip knows what he's doing, and he's doing it on purpose.
Go ahead.
You disrespect him. It's just so. You know what? It's beneath your dignity.
You would disrespect me to support him.
No.
Yes. Shannon, stop asking questions you know the answer to. Yes. And this is the moment I think the entire world realized, Shannon Sharpe leaving the show. Everything. I think the moment you see this face, you see that face right there. Oh, everybody knew, it's over. Literally, tweets, blog, this was such a big thing online at the time that people were just like, oh yeah, it's only a matter of time before the show gets, either one of these guys steps away. But what happened was, right after that, they signed a new contract, which kind of made everybody like, wait, so if he was going to leave, then why would he sign a new contract? That money was probably good. So
Well, I'll support him over anybody.
Yeah, you get the moment he goes, he just kind of wipes his hands of the situation. You know,
because he's the greatest player
ever. The relationship will never ever be the same. The relationship is forever frayed, and I think Skip knows it at this point. I think Skip knows that this time he has gone too far, right? Because from this moment on, this dude Skip goes on a freaking campaign. I have never seen him compliment LeBron so much. Every 5 seconds, he's like, you know, you're mad LeBron this. He, you know, I'm complimenting LeBron. You can tell that they had a conversation afterwards. And Shannon does talk about that. I'm going to play that clip for you here in a second. So Shannon does talk about what it took to kind of mend this relationship and having to pull Skip aside and kind of talk to him. But I'm pretty sure that talk included, I think this is it. I think we have to go our separate ways and do our own thing. Club Shay Shay's starting to pop off. Your thing hopefully is starting to pop off, because I started noticing they started doing more of their own thing. They started doing their own podcast. Club Shay Shay came out. Skip Bayless started doing his own thing. I don't know what it's called, but it's not Club Shay Shay, so it's obviously not that cool because he don't got no guests on there, and it's just him talking in front of a camera in a skinny white or black t-shirt with that one Jordan chain he be wearing all the time. Weird. Club Shay Shay, however, rotation of celebrities and guests and people who want to come hang out with him because of his personality. He's a jovial man. He's a happy man. You can tell this. Shannon is one of those people who, if you know him, he just wants the best for you, right? You can tell, like, he's going to give you the best advice. He's going to live his life. You live your life. And he just wants you to do what, you know. And he doesn't like it when people disrespect him. And you can tell that that's a big thing for him. You know, some people, it's not like, some people, the way they communicate with their friends is they cuss each other out. And like, you know, but you can tell that is not how he likes to be dealt with. And that is one thing that he's even talked about. Like, he doesn't like when coaches try to cuss him out and stuff like that, or try to talk down to him. Like, that's one of his big things. So the former tight end and NFL Hall of Famer bumped heads with Skip Bayless after the Damar Hamlin incident as well, with Sharpe skipping the show the following morning and challenging his co-host about his insensitive tweet when he returned. However, there's been no confirmation as to whether it's his reason for leaving at this juncture. So, the Damar Hamlin situation. Skip had tweeted something. All right. So,
I understand. There's something you want to share this morning.
Good morning, yes.
Morning.
There's been a lot of speculation of why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture, innuendo, but I will say this. Watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead, let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought,
Skip, just let. I
didn't know you were going to bring up this.
I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where Damar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with it.
Okay, so let's talk about that tweet. Let me find that tweet, because this is when Damar Hamlin had the heart situation. In a pretty insensitive tweet, after we just all watched Damar Hamlin collapse in the middle of the field. Skip Bayless tweets this. It couldn't be minutes after. He says, "No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game. But how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant." All right? So at face value, when you look at the end of the tweet, all right, let me pull up the tweet for you. So when you look at the tweet, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? Right? That first sentence is a little insensitive. It's a little insensitive. A man just collapsed on the field. We don't know if he's alive or dead. His next line. This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome. I don't think anybody at that time cared one iota about the regular season outcome. Right? So these two sentences alone, very problematic, very, very insensitive. But the caveat, right? The reason he's a really good journalist is because he knows how to put phrases or things in there that, well, the layman can say, well, he just said all of it. He said it seems irrelevant. So why are you getting on his case for? Well, because of the stuff that he said before. And the funny thing is, right? I'm not being hypocritical because there are people who said the same thing after, right? But they didn't say it while it was happening because I think at the obvious thing is, yes, the regular season outcome is in jeopardy. I mean, that's an obvious duh. But that's not the most important thing right now. What the most important thing is Damar Hamlin's health, his safety, him getting back to his family. Those are the things that are important, but not to Skip Bayless, which is what it seems like with this tweet. So this is where, after this tweet, Shannon Sharpe did not show up to work, and that's when you get that monologue where Shannon's saying, "Hey, man, I didn't come," and then Skip starts to interrupt them once again. So it's interesting. It's interesting that the Undisputed show is ending this way. And I think we all saw the end coming, but the truth is, it's sad to see them go because they were an extremely dynamic duo when it came to sports television. Their chemistry was awesome. The banter was really, really, really well done. The set designs were awesome. They always had awesome hosts and hostesses, a rotation of guests, right? They've had Michael Rappaport, Spike Lee, Snoop Dogg, Lil Wayne. All the players you can think of, Antonio Brown. Like, some of these are classic interviews, classic segments that you'll never get these moments back in sports history, right? So for those who are happy that it's gone, I understand why you would be happy, because you can see that the way that Skip Bayless treated Shannon Sharpe over time, it was untenable, right? That relationship could only last for so long before you're like, all right, for my soul, for my peace of mind, for my well-being, I need to do something. There's no amount of money that can buy you peace of mind. There's no amount of money that can There's just no amount of money. So, to the guys and girls at I'm not crying. It's a little late, so I don't want to yawn. But to the guys who loved FS1's Undisputed, like me, it's sad to see it go. I was glad that I got to witness it when I did, and I'm glad I stumbled onto the show, because that's literally how I found the show. I stumbled onto it one day. I was just flipping through the channel, and it landed on there, and I accidentally left it on there one morning. And I heard a conversation that they were having, and I was like, it's kind of interesting. What was that one show I was watching yesterday? And like the next morning, I was trying to find it, and I couldn't find it. And I finally, I think, saw a clip of it somewhere, and I was like, oh, that's that show. And then one morning, I just put it on, I listened to it, and I didn't used to like, I think, skip it first. So like, I would just like watch the segments with Shannon in it, and then I'd call it a day. But after a while, Jenny grew on me, Skip grew on me, and the entire show was part of my morning routine. Like when I wake up and I work, because I work from home, I watch Undisputed, right? Like I used to watch, because the slate used to be FS1, First Take, or First Things First, with Jenna, Chris, I forget, he's a famous football player for the Vikings, but he got kicked off the show for some reason, and he got replaced with Wilds, and then they moved the show later. But it used to be that show, then Undisputed. So like they, I didn't used to watch the other show, but then even they grew on me for a while, and so like it's sad to see these kind of shows go, because the chemistry that they have, I don't know. The only people that might rival it is the guys that are on Inside the NBA, right? Like even Skip's beef with Charles Barkley is a little entertaining, right? Like it's just, they're an entertaining duo, and the media landscape, the sports analyst landscape is going to lose a huge thing. And now I can only imagine ESPN and all these other, news places, Barstool, they're all going to be looking to find the next Shannon, Skip replacement. Everybody's going to be throwing two crazy people together. They were trying Mad Dog and Stephen A for a while. It just looks crazy and yelly, and it's just loud. It's just loud for no reason. Just an extra loud show. So, well, bittersweet. I do wish these guys the best of luck. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know when you guys thought it was over. Did you guys see the tiff as well? And let me know if you guys think it was over as well. So, yeah. Wow. I can't believe it's over. Skip and Shannon, Undisputed, coming to an end. I mean, this is all alleged, so it could be wrong, and they could be getting back together, but it looks like the writing's on the wall. Once again, this is your boy Ty with Contentious Conversations. I appreciate you so much for giving me your watch time.